Brandon, this is Scott Johnson on behalf of Hopkins Farm Broadcasting here in Shelbyville, Tennessee, Bedford County, about 50 miles south of Nashville, 25 miles south of Murfreesboro, in the lovely rolling and, believe it or not, green hills again of Tennessee after all the rain we've had here recently. And it's that time of the month where, no, it's not where we have Dr. Tammy Garrette in. It's where we have Carol Garrette in, both from the Bedford County schools. Carol is the Director of Communications for our Bedford County, our public school system here. Good morning, Carol.
Good morning. It's great to see you.
It's great to be here.
Yes. Good morning, Brandon.
Man's a product of Bedford County Schools, by the way.
I know. He's fabulous.
Yeah,
he
Cascade High School. There you go.
Very good. Go Champions.
So I noticed you brought a whole bunch of special guests today, Carol. Do you want to introduce them?
Absolutely. So I have some really special friends here today.
That's right. It's Carol and friends.
That's right. Carol, Garrette, and friends.
That's right.
I'm always dragging my friends along with me to this, and hopefully these ladies are excited to be here this morning.
You said dragging. Were they kicking and screaming? Or,
just a little bit. Just a little
Un
bit.
poquito. Okay.
They're ready, though. These ladies have a lot of information that I'm excited for them to share today. And there's a special reason why I have them here today. But first, let me introduce them. This is Miss Lindsay Wiley, and Lindsay is our social and emotional learning and mental health coordinator. Sometimes we shorten that. We love our acronyms in education. We say SEL, but it stands for social emotional learning.
I learned something today.
There we go.
I didn't know that's what it stood for.
That's right.
Outstanding.
And then also we have Miss Shelby Steitler, and she is our school counselor at Community Middle School. And we have a school counselor in all of our schools, some more than one, but there's a special reason that she's here from Community Middle, and we'll get to that.
Okay.
This month is Bullying Prevention Month. So it's October the 1st, and the month of October is Bullying Prevention Month. And so that's why I have my friends here that work in the mental health and counseling and social emotional learning field with us, because there's so much information that we could talk about. Also, during this month, we have Unity Day, and we'll get to that and how we're going to celebrate Unity Day. But at Bedford County Schools, we always say that kindness matters. We have a saying, work hard, be kind, and bullying there is just no place for it. So I wanted to have my friends here today to discuss some of the things that we're doing in Bedford County Schools to raise awareness about bullying and hopefully prevent some of the things that are going on, especially for our students, our young students, and also our teenagers.
And this is a topic, and I'm glad you brought that today, Carol, because over the years in education, of course, more and more things come out about folks that do terrible things in schools where most of them were bullied at one point or another. It doesn't justify what they did, but addressing it up front is the way to do it, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Prevention.
That's right, correct.
And that's what these programs are all about, right?
That's right. And I think the three words that are really prevalent in this month and certainly associated with Unity Day, and Lindsay can really talk in depth about the history behind this, but kindness, acceptance, and inclusion are the words that we're promoting this month.
All right. Let's talk a little bit about the history of that.
Okay, so Unity Day was started by the PACER organization, and the first Unity Day was actually in 2011. I think believe it was in 2011. It's kind of expanded since then. But the PACER organization started in 1977, and it was actually formed by parents that had children with disabilities to help have them accepted, treated with kindness, and included. And it was just kind of a big support network. Then it has grown into what we have today as Unity Day. That's something that's celebrated in the U.S. and all over, actually. It's kind of spread since then to promote that.
And you guys have been doing this for a while in the Bedford County schools, right?
I think it's 3 years that we've been doing Unity Day.
Coming and talking about it before,
Yes. So this is the third year that we've celebrated Unity Day. Of course, we've always kind of done the bullying prevention, different things in October for that. But collectively as a district, this is the third year. So we'll have our orange lunch that we have for Unity Day through our schools. There'll be some orange accents to lunch. That's always
significance of orange?
Okay.
Now, I'm a University of Tennessee grad, so I mean,
You're excited,
orange.
yeah.
Well, I am actually, but that's not it, right?
Yeah. So orange is a color to promote safety and awareness.
Okay.
And so on Unity Day, we love to promote that our kids, our staff, people in the community, we hope that you'll join us in wearing orange just to show that we're united and that, we all want to work together to work towards being bully free, if that makes sense.
It does, but orange is important. I want to see the Parker brothers wearing orange.
I know, that's right.
Okay, you know what I'm talking about, right?
They have to, yeah.
They somehow defected to Alabama years ago.
That's right.
Okay, so I want to see them wearing orange.
That's right, and community wearing orange. That's a big deal.
Okay.
Because people associate orange with University of Tennessee and, of course, our Cascade champions. But this orange is about safety and visibility. And people do, when you think about it that way, it's like we do associate orange with safety and
absolutely.
and
being a public safety guy, it makes a lot of sense. That orange is a safety color.
So that's what it's about.
I still want to see the Parker brothers in orange.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to have to send you a picture.
I want photos.
Yes, okay.
We can work on that.
We can handle
Listening audience doesn't know what we're talking about. But, all right. So anyway, what do you guys have planned for that?
So you want to start with what community middle?
Let's look at community middle school.
Shelby, for community middle, we are doing some dress-up days during the week. So one day it's going to be hats off to kindness. So having the kiddos wear a hat. Tuesday is going to be Shine Bright for Kindness, wearing brighter neon colors. Okay. Of course, on Unity Day, which is October 16th, wearing orange. Thursday, Teaming Up for Kindness, wearing your favorite jersey, your favorite team shirt. And then Friday, since we are community middle, it's going to be We Are Community, so wearing school colors. Okay. And then I'm collaborating with our Communities in Schools partner that works in our school, and we're going to do kind of what's called like a collaborative picture. And so we're going to have all the homerooms decorate and color these pages, and then we'll all come together and put the pages together.
Who's your partner?
Allison Garcia.
Okay.
Yes, and so we'll take all these pictures that have been done by the students, and we'll make one big picture together. So
that's neat. Mm-hmm. When are y'all doing that?
I think the plan is to do it on Unity Day.
Okay.
I got to work some details out, but yeah, we'll let you know.
Very good. And so at Community Middle, and Shelby can talk about the origins of this, how this got started. Lindsay can too. But they're also doing something special. All our schools are doing activities, and Lindsay can probably share what some of our other schools are doing for the month and for the week and for Unity Day. But they're also doing something called Social Emotional Learning Fridays. And that's an ongoing effort, and it's really unique, and so I would like for them to talk about that as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so Community Middle is actually the first school to start implementing these SEL Fridays.
Here in Bedford County Schools?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And we are calling it U Time, like the U from community. So it's all about them, but it's you time.
Cool.
So every Friday we're just taking intentional time with several class periods just to come together and discuss various SEL topics. The teachers, the administration, SRO, and other faculty members are all involved. And it got started by the school administration, specifically Miss Pierce, because she knows just how important mental health is, and it's growing with this generation. So she wants to help support them, provide them the skills and the knowledge they need for their overall well-being.
Is that done in the classrooms or in a large setting, or how's that done?
Kind of a larger setting. We're getting it's during related arts rotation, so the art class and both gym classes come together and we meet in the auditorium.
Okay. And who facilitates that?
Kind of me.
Oh.
It's me and the social worker in our school, Allison.
Okay.
Garcia.
Okay.
And then, if Officer Farrell is available, he comes down.
Cam Farrell, Mr. SRO, Mr.
Yes.
School Resource Officer.
Our celebrity SRO.
He is, actually. He loves that job.
Yes.
He loves community out there.
So really just any, faculty that's available during that time comes down and helps out with it too.
Well, good deal.
We need to go, Scott, and help one Friday.
All right, just let me know when.
Okay.
Just let me know when.
I'll drag you down there with me.
Okay. As long as I can wear orange.
On Unity Day.
Other than that, I can't wear orange.
You might want
Is
to wear some purple.
that banned under the dress code, Carol? Is orange banned under the dress code?
They do encourage purple and gold.
Mm-hmm. Okay, good, because we need to ban red. Anyway, just my input to the school board.
There you go.
Yeah, I'd be happy to go out there. Well, good deal.
We'd love to have you.
What are some of the topics I've heard that y'all are doing for SEL Fridays?
Yeah, so we first kicked off SEL Fridays at the beginning of September, and we made it like a big kickoff celebration. We played music. We just had a good time with it. But we took time to just talk to the students how their school year was going so far, and also get their feedback kind of what SEL topics they wanted to discuss during that time. And so one Friday we discussed self-care and kind of dove into like self-care is more, it's physical self-care, it's mental self-care, it's emotional self-care, relationship, and even school self-care.
Give some examples for the listening audience, if you would, on that, in each one of those categories.
Yeah, so physical self-care is, of course, just going to be taking care of your physical well-being.
Yeah.
So showering, oral health, making sure you're eating good.
Okay.
Mental self-care is going to be all about your mind. So if that's journaling or listening to music.
Okay.
Relationship self-care, making sure you're taking time to connect with your friends, family, checking in on each other.
Okay.
Emotional self-care is going to be being in check with your feelings as you're going throughout your day. Sometimes you can forget that you have feelings. When you just get so busy, you're like, I don't know, if I'm happy or sad or mad.
And keeping in mind, these are middle school students, right?
Yes.
I mean, those are kind of the growing up kind of tough years in a way, right?
It is.
I mean, they are as far as emotionally and as you mature.
Yeah.
So what a critical age group to be working with.
Yeah. They can be feeling, 10 emotions at the same time and not even realize it.
Right.
So, and then school self-care, we talked about kind of advocating for themselves at school, like if they need a pencil or if they need, just support, making sure they are ready for the school day and to be successful.
To advocate for themselves. That's a big deal.
Absolutely.
Folks need to learn that skill set.
Absolutely.
To be able to do that. So what are they doing at other schools, Lindsay?
Well, I just want to add one quick thing to the SEL Fridays. I think, in working with the school and working with the administration there, one of the concerns was the screen time and the texting and being able to have those communication skills to build those friendships and those relationships. So part of, the SEL Friday is having kids feel comfortable to talk to the team there at the school, but also talk to their peers. And it was
We're not talking about talking to them by texting them, correct?
That's right.
Like sitting here across the table texting each other.
That's right.
Put the phone away and actually communicate.
Yes.
Like verbally?
Yes. So
there's a concept.
Very intentional communication.
Okay.
It was really neat to see on the first one. I'd have to give a big shout out to them and community for their activity. They had kids, go and talk to somebody that they'd never met before, and they had very intentional questions. I think if you want to share something like, what's your favorite color? What's your favorite food? Those kind of basics. And it was neat to see that expand into big conversations in the auditorium
with somebody they've never talked to before.
Yes, yeah. So the likelihood.
That's a great exercise.
Yeah.
But folks, this is Scott Johnson on behalf of Hopkins Farm Broadcasting. We're talking to Carol, Garrett, and friends for the Bedford County Schools. We're going to take a 60-second break and be right back.
Hey, listen up. Kincaid's is currently having a big closeout sale on all furniture. Take advantage of deals on a huge inventory of name brands like Flex Steel, Jackson, Catnapper, Ashley, Ardent Home, and so much more. It's time to stop by Kincaid's and shop the huge inventory during their big closeout sale while supplies last. Buy local with Kincaid's, offering financing and free local delivery. Located on the Kincaid corner on Madison Street in Shelbyville. Kincaid Service Company, where service is their middle name.
At Dr. Hasty Family Eye Care, they strive to bring you excellence. Their family-friendly atmosphere makes going to the doctor a breeze. They provide their patients with in-depth eye exams with same-day glasses, a wide selection of name-brand frames like Ray-Ban, Versace, Coach, and more. They also have contact lenses and are able to treat ocular diseases and eye injuries. Need an eye exam? Trust Dr. Hasty and Family Eye Care, located at 605 North Main Street in Shelbyville, directly across from the U.S. Post Office. 931-684-2020.
This is Scott Johnson on behalf of Hopkins Farm Broadcasting in Shelbyville, Tennessee, Bedford County. It's that time of the month we have in Carol Garrett, the Director of Communications for Bedford County Schools and Friends. And we're talking about a whole host of issues here. And we were talking about what's going on at Community Middle School. Shelby, do you have anything you wanted to add before we moved into system-wide?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Like Lindsay was saying a little bit before, we've taken this time just to have the students build rapport not only with the faculty but with their peers. So having that intentionality of meeting somebody new, like when we first told them that, they were like, oh, I'm not getting out of my seat, I'm not doing that. But then afterwards, the conversations that came out of it were it was cool to see. And so moving forward, we're going to talk about confidence, self-esteem, communication skills, empathy, and even collaborating with different community partners for them to come out and present various SEL topics, and even having Officer Farrell do some of his lead topics and some online safety. So we're kind of just focusing on mental, physical, emotional, all the well-being.
It's been interesting to see. I've been traveling around this month to all of our schools and seeing a school a day in the month of September, and we just wrapped that up. But it's been interesting to hear from our admin teams how many of our schools are working on soft skills. Mm-hmm. So students learning how to talk to each other, look each other in the eye, shake hands. When someone asks you a question, to answer that question and to ask a question back. To some of us as adults, it seems like basic communication skills, but our students need some coaching on this, and I don't know all of what's impacting that. Possibly some of that is social media and this screen time. So I don't know if Lindsay has some thoughts on how social media is impacting our world in terms of mental health. And I want to say first, I know social media can be used for so much good. Yeah. And I'm very grateful for it in many ways. It helps me do my job for sure in communications, because that's where a segment of the population is. But it can be used for bad, as can many things. And so what you think that is doing in terms of mental health and how we can help our students and help our kids.
So I think with social media, Snapchat, Instagram, all those messages, all the text messages and things, it's kind of pulled us away a little bit from that face-to-face communication and that intentional relationship, that intentional face-to-face time. So we are seeing that, teaching those basic communication skills, relationship skills, because we're not just going to text. Obviously, we're in a school setting and having that communication component. And I think coming back from summer vacation and horse show break, they have their main mode of communication has been that social media texting component, and just kind of giving them those tools so they can help navigate those healthy face-to-face relationships, which can be kind of hard when you've just used texting. If that's your main mode, just that reminder of this is healthy ways to connect and communicate with others when we can't sit there and text, because they'll text each other sitting beside each other.
Correct.
I've seen. Well, and social media can be used obviously as a bully pulpit. We see it with adults all the time, and because there's that lack of accountability. I think when you're not having to face somebody and talk to them about an issue,
easy to hide behind it.
We see it in politics all the time, even here locally, where people do that because it's something they'd say to you, but they never say to your face, or have, because of the lack of accountability kind of thing. I mean, it is freedom of speech to be able to do that, but I do think that's become a kind of a bully pulpit years ago, right?
For sure. And we do, of course, we have bullying policies and procedures, and schools have those in place. We have those in a district level. We have Stop It through the district. That's our, you can report anonymously through your school. Then those come to the administration of the school and select people at central office to kind of help investigate if there's a bullying incident that needs to be investigated. Of course, we take all those very seriously and investigate those. And
that's a statewide program, isn't it? Something the state of Tennessee.
Yes.
Department of Education kind of. Yeah, so if there is bullying, you can report it via Stop It.
Yes.
How do you get to that link? I don't even remember.
So you can find Stop It it's an app that you download. So you can find it in the App Store.
Gotcha.
Or
it's in
wherever
the App
you
Store.
get your
Okay.
apps. But you can find a link to it and a lot of information about it. There's a video that explains what Stop It is about on Bedford County Schools website. And so it's under departments and mental health.
Okay.
And there's a whole page dedicated to Stop It. One thing you do, if you're going to use Stop It to report a bullying incident, and it's all anonymous, correct, Lindsay?
Yes.
But if you're going to use Stop It to report, you do have to have your school code, which is distributed by all our schools to our students.
To the
you do have
students.
to have that school code. But other than that,
so somebody from Pennsylvania can't, or wherever, just can't report some anonymous, or of course schools would deal with hoaxes all the time too.
Correct.
But so they give that code out at the schools so
That's
the students
correct.
can use the program. Okay, good.
And then those notifications come to central office personnel and to administrators of the schools.
To both.
So people who care and people who can help. For sure.
And follow up.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And they're taken very seriously.
Absolutely. And Mr. Parker he handles a lot of our bullying reports,
Okay.
and we collaborate together in many different departments to be sure those needs are met. And if there's any outside services we can connect to and things like that, a lot of supports offered to our students.
Yes. And I think that's another important thing for people to understand. School administrators, teachers, adults that really care, they can't help, though, if they don't know.
Absolutely.
So, but Stop It's a good way to report anonymously, but, you got to make sure that the people who can help know about it.
If you see something, say something.
See something, say something. Speak up. We have SROs in every school now. That's another great resource. Our SROs, they're law enforcement, and maybe that is sometimes scary because we think about law enforcement sometimes in a scary way, but they really are our friends, and our SROs work hard to build those relationships with students too. So that's another source in the school of an adult who cares and can make sure we get help.
I would highly encourage, the SROs, obviously they go to a state training school that's, they're all law enforcement officers, but the vast majority of issues and challenges and problems are solved without arresting anybody. So,
correct.
And I would highly encourage anybody who wants to talk to their SROs. I know I work part-time on patrol at the Sheriff's Department, and a lot of times we rely, if we have a student or an issue out there on the street, we'll call the SRO because they usually know the student.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
They know the family.
That's right.
So we're able to, find out what's going on with this child, other than what we're dealing with them on the street. So what a great program.
Yes. So I don't want us to run out of time here. Unity Day is Wednesday, October the 16th, correct?
Yes.
All right. So what would we like our community to do on that day? So not just our students and our teachers and our teams in the school system. What would we like our community to do as well?
Wear your orange. It's really exciting for kids to see adults.
This is going to be so hard.
This
is going to be so hard for some people. But this is not the University of Tennessee, folks. This is Unity Day. It's a safety thing.
That's right.
So we want to see everybody wearing orange.
Yes. And when a community bands together in an effort like this, what a powerful message to our students.
It's a force multiplier.
That's right. Very good.
Absolutely.
Well said.
Yeah, it's a force multiplier. You get that synergistic effect that you just want to get the whole community involved in doing that. So, folks, October 16th, which is 2 weeks from tomorrow. Is that right? 2 weeks from tomorrow.
Wow, that's right.
Wear your orange in Bedford County and support the school system Unity Day. We'll be reminding you folks of that.
That's right. And Lindsay and her team, we've worked together to build out a lot of information on the Bedford County Schools website under mental health, because, sometimes as a community partner, you're like, well, what can I do to help? Well, there's a whole set of documentation and suggestions about what you can do to help. As a parent, what can I do? There's suggestions and tips under a document on her page. What can students do? Just all kinds of resources too. That you can go to from your page.
Google the Bedford County Public Schools, but put Tennessee in there, or you will get the Virginia Bedford.
That's correct.
You will get the Virginia Bedford, and Google that, and you can find it.
And Lindsay
website.
mentioned the PACER organization. I think their site has a lot of great resources as well. It's PACER, PACER.org. And there's a lot of great videos. I think there's even a PACER section that's produced by kids.
Yes.
It's all student voices, student videos, and student voices. And it's great information there as well.
Let's. I'm going to deviate from a little bit of your questions here, but this is not a tough one, I don't think. But if a parent, has one of their students in Bedford County schools, and they come home and they talk to them, and their child talks to them about being bullied, what should that parent do?
I would start at the school level.
Okay.
I would definitely
contact the
principal.
Okay.
I would definitely
right.
talk to the principal at the school. They're more than welcome to reach out to any of us, of course, at central office. But usually, all the time, our principals know better than we do because they're in their buildings every day.
Yeah.
And then if they need us, they can collaborate. Which they do often. We all collaborate, and with our SROs, we kind of have a team effort that we can approach. But I would definitely recommend reaching out to the administration, the principals at the school.
Okay. You hear that, folks. If your child comes home and they feel like they're being bullied, I know that happens. Probably happens more than we know. Reach out. Don't get too frustrated. Reach out to the schools, and they can work through it. Right?
Absolutely. And the SROs, they're great with working with the principals. If the kids, feel like, hesitant to talk, there's always the counselor and the SRO that will collaborate with the principal too. So it doesn't have to just be the principal. That's my recommendation for
What's where to start, though?
Yes, absolutely.
To get the proper resources engaged. How's that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And depending on the age group, if it's elementary, a teacher is a good starting point as well.
Absolutely.
Especially in the elementary setting, those teachers are with those same group
almost all day long.
Absolutely.
You're right. It kind of depends at what level you're at.
Really
right?
does. Middle school and high school, it's different.
They're rotating all the time.
Yeah, that's right. So a high school teacher can have 150 students in a day. But that teacher can be a great starting point as well, depending on the age and situation.
Absolutely.
Okay. Carol, we got about another minute left before we go off the air. What else you want to talk about? We're going to it's Bedford County Education. We're going to take as much time as you need.
Oh.
So we'll go run past it if we need to.
You probably shouldn't tell me that.
Yeah. She's a communications person, right?
My husband would say, don't tell her that. Don't tell her she can have all the time she needs. I did want to give a shout out while I have Lindsay here.
Sure.
She and one of our other leaders at the district office, Miss Susan Huff, they recently received an award. It's called a Groundbreakers Award, and it is for their efforts in, now let me throw some jargon at you right here.
I'm kind of reading your notes here.
RTI squared A and RTI squared B. I'm going to let Lindsay really break that down and tell you what that is. But my shout out to them is the work they've been doing in this. It's a behavior and academic support framework. But the work they've been doing in this has gotten an award for Bedford County, and this puts us, thanks to their efforts, on track for being a district model of demonstration for RTI
you're doing it
A
right.
and B.
You're doing it right when other people are benchmarking you.
And this award came from the state, from the Tennessee Department of Education, and also from the Tennessee Tiered Support Center. So now, Lindsay, you explain.
First of all, congratulations.
Yes.
Thank you. I just want to give a shout out to all of our school counselors, social workers,
team
teachers,
effort, right?
Interventionists, because it was everybody collectively that made this happen. There's many great key players. So RTI is about tiered intervention. So there's different assessments that are given based on academics and behavior to see, does a child need check-in, check-out? Do they need extra visits with the counselor for support? Do they maybe need an outside service? Because academics academics and behavior are together. If we need to meet their basic behavior needs to make them the most academically successful.
There's a direct correlation
there.
Yes.
So great work going on in the district with Vanderbilt and Dr. Day and all that's involved. Just a great team to work with, and super proud that we're doing that in all schools, even in high schools, to kind of, if there's internalized behaviors that we may need to just kind of help them along a little bit. We're more aware of those with this partnership with Vanderbilt and as a team.
So it's a Vanderbilt program.
But how did we come up with this name?
Yeah, I'm a little curious on
interventions. RT,
the XYZ. That's a long acronym.
So it's important work, though.
Yes,
no doubt. We're just making fun of the acronym. That's
right.
all.
We love our acronyms.
Yes,
we do. I was in the military. Right? We love acronyms.
That's right. And RTI,
so does education.
Yes, RTI actually stands for Response to Intervention.
Yes, in the tiered intervention system. So it's like, prevention's at level 1, and then we start with some interventions at level 2 and 3 of those additional supports. So everybody, receives prevention through.
So if you're good here, we're going to move to here. So if you're good at this level, we move to that.
Well, actually, if you're good at one, you kind of stay at base, and then if you need additional, it goes up from there.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah.
But congratulations.
The listening audience couldn't see that.
Yes, I'm using. You're more used to this than me.
Well, they can see it on Facebook later if they want to. There will be a podcast posted, so they can see us doing this.
That's right.
But congratulations and thank you for that
absolutely.
work. That's really exciting. Thanks for bringing that and your team to Bedford County Schools.
Helping improve the quality of education here in Bedford County.
And then my last thing, I just wanted to do another thank you for letting us have another opportunity to ask folks to check out our parent universities that are going on once a month. We've got some incredible topics led by some incredible experts in their field. The next one is October the 10th, and it is Staying Safe at School. That'll be led by our Director of Safety, Mr. Chad Fletcher, and his team. And then the next one is on November the 14th, and that's keeping your child healthy at school, and that will be led by our Supervisor of Health Services, Dee Crabtree, and then on throughout the school year. So many wonderful topics for parents. Test-taking strategies, college and career-ready tips, making sure that your child is ready for a career and college. Every month, once a month, it's free. It's for anyone. It does take place at Harris Middle School.
Okay, I was going to ask you, where's it at?
It's very centrally located at Harris Middle School.
Large auditorium.
Yes. Typically, they're in the library, though. It's a little more intimate setting.
Yes, it is.
6 to 7 o'clock, so it's an hour to get this information. But just wanted to remind folks about that. You can find that on our website under Resources, Parent Information, and there's a link to parent universities, and every month is outlined there. And if you follow us on social media, we promote it there as well.
Harris Middle School, October 10th. 6 p.m., 1,800 for you military types for 1 hour in the library. Go to the website, Google Bedford County Public Schools, Tennessee, and you get there's a whole host of information on y'all's website. I'd encourage folks to go to that website and get all that information.
Building it out every day.
Yep. There's a ton of information there, but as we say, 20% of our population is in a public school in Bedford County. 10,000 people every day, Monday through Friday. So, Carol, is there anything else?
I think that's it. We are out of time, I'm certain.
We really do appreciate you all coming in today. You always have great information, great topics, and great guests. Today we've been talking to Carol Garrette, the Director of Communications for Bedford County Schools, Lindsay Wiley, the SEL and Mental Health Coordinator for the entire school system, and Shelby, how do I say that last name? Steitler, thank you. Yes. We didn't address that, did we? Shelby Steitler, a school counselor at Community Middle School. Yes, Tell Cam we said hello when you get out there. And appreciate y'all coming in today and everything that you all do to educate our young people and make them productive citizens and be able to be a success in their lives later on in life. Appreciate what y'all do. Folks, this is Scott Johnson on behalf of Hopkins Farm Broadcasting, the only locally owned radio station here in Bedford County. Until next time.
At Dr. Hasty Family Eye Care, they strive to bring you excellence. Their family-friendly atmosphere makes going to the doctor a breeze. They provide their patients with in-depth eye exams with same-day glasses, a wide selection of name-brand frames like Ray-Ban, Versace, Coach, and more. They also have contact lenses and are able to treat ocular diseases and eye injuries. Need an eye exam? Trust Dr. Hasty and Family Eye Care, located at 605 North Main Street in Shelbyville, directly across from the U.S. Post Office. 931-684-2020.
Isn't it time you had a good night's sleep? People at their best get their beauty rest with a personalized Simmons Beauty Rest sleep experience from Kincaid's, who's always been your hometown source for top-notch customer care. From inner spring and plush to the luxurious Beauty Rest Harmony Collection, featuring pocketed coil technology designed to restore your sleep with individualized support. Call Kincaid's at 931-684-5662 and get your beauty rest with impressive selection of Simmons Beauty Rest mattresses today.